Yo, YouTubers, it's me again. Roller coaster ride, and I'm in my relaxed state. This isn't going to be a serious speech as of yet. I've got some speeches coming up soon, folks. But we've got a beer review by popular demand because a couple of people said, "Yeah, man, carry on the beer reviews," and I thought, "Wow, okay." So I don't mind getting drunk in front of people, if you guys don't mind. Yeah, I've got a new beer for you to review right now. The whole principle of these reviews, I started doing them, I thought like I could go back and reverse engineer and review beers that I've already reviewed and drinks that I've already, not reviewed as such, but drank on YouTube or drank and tried, right. But I actually like the idea of like first impressions, you know, recording when I'm drinking something for the very, very first time and never had it before, or it's brand new, or it's just been released, and so I feel a bit cheating if I had to go back. And there's so many old drinks that I've tried in the past that I'd like to do reviews for, but I've already done it, you see, or you know, you've already broke the ice. But the idea is that, like, I'm recording my first impression of whatever I drink, right? And this week, like as if like I'm gonna just drink once a week. Tonight, I've gone like the last couple of days, the last couple of reviews. I was upmarket with those expensive beers, right? Which is like, I don't normally buy very expensive drinks. It's just I normally steal them instead. But like, I just pretend you didn't hear that. Didn't mean that. Like, I'm used to stealing expensive drinks and not buying them, you see. But I thought sometimes I always go like right below the you know, for the poor man levels. Like, say I could do, if anyone releases any brand new versions of Frosty Jack or Three Hammers and things like that, I could always review them again, like, for the first time. But I've already been there, you see. I've been through the white cider realm as well, like, not very nice, but not good for me liver, but you know, good for nights of ridiculous stupidity and jovial activity, like. So anyway, I've gone down market. I went to Aldi. If you're watching a representatives for Aldi, shame on you. Like, smack wrist, slap wrist, go to bed early with no supper. Releasing those lovely luxury drinks with the champagne corks in and everything, what I reviewed, them beers, and they're not even available now. Now, I'm sick about that, because I would have bought more and stocked up on them, right, folks, because they were nice, right? They weren't amazing, but they were different, right? I would have stocked up and bought a few to keep hold of, if I'd have known, you get me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, the moment people watch my reviews thinking, oh, I'll go and try that, and then by the time they got there, they weren't even available. I was like, oh man, I feel like guilty, you know what I mean? But like, it's Aldi's fault, right? Now, I naturally thought they'd be available up until Christmas, guys, do you know what I mean? Because they released them like, you know, last month kind of thing, or just at the end of the November, and obviously they were for Thanksgiving, maybe, I don't know. It's like, we're in England, we're in Britain, what do you do Thanksgiving for? Do you know what I mean? So they put them on, like, on the shelf. It seems for like hidden Yanks amongst us who were into Thanksgiving, like, I don't know. People walking around, like, I noticed at the tilly were going, thank you, ma'am, when they were buying it. Hey, buddy, just move aside on the sidewalk there while I push my trolley past you. See, saying things like that, like. But anyway, I've gone low. I went today to check in Aldi, and I can't believe that they are off the shelves, and there's no labels either placed, you know, to describe them. So they took them off. What are they thinking of? How on earth can they do such things? Didn't I say when I first reviewed this, saying Aldi and Lidl are guilty of tantalising the punters, man. They put things on the shelf and then it's gone. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I don't know. It's like when you buy like a lovely, when you just had a proper line of cocaine and the next day it's not as good. I'm only joking. That's a joke, don't I? It's just a joke now, man. Anyway, so we've gone a bit down market, right? There's a new thing I've seen on, right, in Aldi, brand new. I said new on the shelf, and I thought, okay, it's brand new, and it's not like it's a down market, cheap budget jobby, right? So it's what we're going like, how people, so a professional touch like that. Look. It's called Velde. Velde. I suppose he's pronounced it Velde. Premium quality lager. And it says there, premium quality lager. Oh, it's not pills neither, it's not pills, right? Now, in the description it said Dutch in the shop. I'm sure I read the word Dutch. It's 4.7%. So it's like a thirsty pack for those, you know, so, like hardened alkies. It's like a little thirsty pack you can like take to the shops when you go home for a newspaper or something on a hot sunny day. It's one of those, like, right. These have been in the fridge chilling, like. But like, I actually, this realm of beers, these particular realm of beers, right. Let's get a bottle out. So it's 4.7%, right, and it's brand new, and the description is Dutch premium lager. So I assume it's a rip-off of Amstel or Heineken, right? And I think Lidl got their own version of this, and they're called Pellenbacher, right, which are nice beers, right, which they're, I think it's supposed to be Austrian, I think, I'm not sure. Pellenbacher, I think, is supposed to be an Austrian beer, but you know what they're like, you know, they're just making it up, couldn't they? But I discovered Pellenbacher when I went to Amsterdam. And I just did a 2-week stint there, camping, right? And I went into their Lidl and picked up one of these, like a 6-pack of Pellenbacher. And I'd never seen it before, because I'd never really shopped in Lidl in England, you see. And I'm thinking, because I was actually in Amsterdam, shopping in Lidl in Amsterdam, thinking, when I drank it in my tent, I was going, whoa, the Dutch beer is amazing, man. You know, like, getting off on this, like, Dutch, like, this kind of thing, exactly the same, like, Pellenbacher from Lidl, but this is the, I reckon this is the rip-off of it, like, isn't it, from no, Aldi have done other things similar, haven't they? I've got to do, like, the top 20, like, but it's like your Heineken rip-off, isn't it? It's your Heineken rip-off, and it can't be a Heineken rip-off, because it's not 5%, is it? It's only 4.7, so it can't be a real Heineken rip-off, can it? Right, but it might be Dutch-ish to the taste and that. Right, but anyway, but I remember the Pellenbacher stuff, trying it in Amsterdam, going, whoa, I'll tell you what, you know, because I tried Chongen there, and that's a cake or whatever, and going, wow, the Dutch make things nice quality here, don't they, you know what I mean? Drinking this beer, going, great the way the Dutch do things, and it's for sale in England all along, you know, when I got home, and I went to a Lidl, like, they sold it in England as well. It's the exact same beer, like, which is nice, I recommend it. Called Pellenbacher. It's in a bottle like that, and like 6-pack like this in Lidl, and that's a nice beer. It's cheap. It's like $3.99 or something like. But it's got a lovely, refreshing taste. And I've already drank it, you see, so I can't review it. I've got to review things for the first time. You know what I mean? Now this is like me thirsty pack zone, like chilling out old man level. Like, try it now. Let's see what we've got. It's called Velde. Velde premium quality, they all say that, don't they? Right, I do 3 tests actually. I do like the smell test and the taste test, and I don't pour these into glasses. I love drinking straight out the bottle with these, you know. I like bottles, you know what I mean? Because a bottle is a glass, isn't it? It's me, and the novelty, and today's novelty bottle opening is, look at that, mate, it's got an anvil, and it says, if you can read the letters on it, I don't think you'll be able to read it, like, but it's from Gretna Green, apparently, this. See, it's got a big anvil on it, looks like a ancient, antique bottle opener. And, you know, a chick I used to know gave me that, like, which is, I kind of value it, like, but Gretna Green, you know, that's the place where people run away to get married, isn't it? Like, she's dead now, like. She gave me that, right, but look, it's cool, and it's like an anvil. You could probably make something on that, like. It's only little, like. Well, it says Gretna Green there, like on the letters. It's like a proper Gretna Green. No, Gretna Green, where that's where couples, runaways, go in Britain to run away and get married. Up in Scotland, you know, like if they can't get them, the parents don't agree. Well, that's the novelty bottle opener today. Let's try this beer. It looks nicely packaged. Is there any descriptions on it? I very much doubt it. Like, be like, you drink it now. Don't drink too much or you'll be sick. Nothing. No descriptions. No like, we go out of our way to produce this amazing. Because it's been like, yeah, they've actually took time out to put like a little picture of a leafy thing that looks like a hop or whatever. But it's not your hoppy beers or nothing like that. It's just your bog standard. This is your thirsty pack. This is your get up in the morning drink, isn't it? Or you go for a bicycle ride drink. Okay. Now with lager, I have like two tests: smell and taste. That just smells like any old average lager. Like now, if this was Jack Daniels and I just took the top off right now and I'd never been opened before, I'd go until I hear all the cars going. Just don't even swig Jack Daniels, just snort it like. My tips are like amazing, you know. People don't realise I've done. For a person that doesn't drink much, I know quite a lot. Like, okay, Den Velde Dutch, premium Dutch Aldi beer from German company in England. It's giving me first. Oh, it's quite a sweety flavour. It's quite a novelty taste. That like easy peasy. You just throw that down in one straight away. Oh. Let me try and get a picture in my mind of what it tastes like. It reminds me of the little stubbies, the little French beers. I'm sure when anyone tastes these things after me, they go, wow, Bruce's description was so amazing, because I've got an amazing tongue, you know, I taste for food as well, you know, I can. Let's just put it this way, if someone put a toenail in my pie, I'd taste it and I'd find out who put it there. It's like Columbo, like. It's got like a sweety novelty taste, like a kid's stuff. It's like, I'd give that to the kids. Do you know what I mean? I'd give that to the kids and let them go out. Say if they were 5 years old, I'd go, here are kids, take some of these a soft drink for you and watch them getting drunk. Only joking, that's it. No, but the taste, I mean, you know, like it's like, there's no unpleasantness, it's just a dead easy taste. It's almost like water, it's like gnat's piss, it's bloody crap. Nah, I'm only joking, it's actually a nice refreshing taste. It's quite sharp, but there's no bite to it, there's nothing crucial going on. It's very refreshing, like. Very bland, I suppose, bland. Not really getting much going on, it's definitely not, it doesn't taste like Heineken. It's probably, any description of where it's made, say like, premium Dutch beer. It's like, made in Leamington Spa. Nothing, no information whatsoever except 4.7%. Heineken's always 5%, isn't it? You can't, you know. Well, let's just turn the chair around and see if there's any writing I've missed. Some kind of effort, like, you know, like at least an effort to try and sell it, like. Like, nothing at all, like, just know your limits. Drink responsibly. And that's about it, like. But this is the down market. By the way, it's £3.49. Now that's crucial, you see. £3.49 for 6 bottles. So it's quite cheap. It's one of those, like, say the lads are jumping in a van and they're going to Wales or something, or like going into the park with a ghetto blaster, and you put with bags of weed and that, like you just like want that like little refresher without getting affecting you to get like become alcoholics or collapse. So you get this, man. That's what I'd recommend it for. Like it's a good, like, it's a coffee shop beer. Like, it's a coffee shop beer. It accompany cannabis perfectly, like, but if it gets me drunk to the point I'm disturbing the neighbours tonight, I'll eat my hat. I'll actually eat my hat. If I don't disturb the neighbours tonight and get have my face put on Facebook or something, it's not that good, is it? Oh, me, I just love beer, but yeah, it's like kiddie stuff. It's like just kiddie lager, like, you know what I mean, kiddie lager. But it's nice, it's smooth, it's definitely refreshing. Doesn't remind me of export beer, like. It's like, just like the kiddie lager says must not be drunk by anyone over 8 years old. There you go. So younger than 8 years old. Do not drink if you are 8 years old or younger. Told you, though. Nah, I'm only joking, but it is new. It's only just arrived in Lidl. I thought, let's blast it out and see what, but man, I wouldn't get excited about it. Like, I'd consider it. It is very bland. It's almost watery, and I don't mean that in any insult way. It seems to be, crafted that way, made to be like watery and such. In a nice way, like, you know what I mean. Like chicks, they don't want to taste bitter stuff and all that, like, or the kids. In contrast to strong beers, like. But yeah, very enjoyable. I'd say sort of gulp down and get a hit and see what happens, like. See if we get some kind of actually let's check that. I say 4% alcohol free. Does that say? 4.7% alcohol free. I don't know. It's actually alright, like, it's refreshing, it's cheap, tastes so, doesn't taste bad, doesn't taste horrible. I'm really miffed though, Aldi. If you're watching, anyone representatives are watching and putting them, letting me do them reviews and telling people to go out and get them, and they might not have even had a chance. I mean, I'm angry. Really angry. We should all do a, what's the word, a petition, and force Aldi to release it all year round with a reduced price. You know what I mean? I only got 4 bottles of it total. In total, I had 1 bottle on its own when I first tried it. And then that night, the last review, I bought 3 bottles of it to make sure I could try the 2. I can't remember which ones I bought, but I bought like a selection of the 2. You know what I mean? 1 of one and 2 of the other. So I've only got 4 corks from it. I only had a chance to drink 4 bottles of that, man. You know what I mean? I could go mad with Aldi. I'm getting a t-shirt like, don't shop at Aldi, and I'll wear it in Aldi. Don't shop at Aldi. They're bad. Don't shop at Aldi. Walking around Aldi with it on like pure oxymoron, that, innit? Yeah. I'll say, where's it coming from? The reminder, the beer. I'm like Asperger's, me, mate. Like, I can just trace any flavour. Once I've tasted something, it's like my Asperger's homing device just goes, pew! I taste something, I go, wow, it tastes like that, it tastes like this. I'll tell you a story, right, guys? While I'm doing this review, I'll tell you a story, because that's what it's about, isn't it? You want to hear stories, like, about my boozing, like, expertise, like, without ever becoming a chronic alcoholic yet, you know what I mean? I've done well, like. I've come close, I've had tingly hands and nearly had heart attacks and all that, like, but... And I've had a heart attack after I got beat up by a gang when I was drunk. Like, Clockwork Orange, man, for real, I had the Clockwork Orange. No, the tramping Clockwork Orange, I've been through that for real, man. But anyway, my little story, right? My little story's about Guinness, right? And I used to drink a lot of Guinness, but if I'd have carried on, I'd have ended up like Alfred Hitchcock. So I had to stop, because it was like eating a loaf every single day. You know, when I was drinking as much Guinness as I was drinking, and I loved Guinness and the taste and the vibe. And by the way, the buzz off this, it's like I feel merry. Well, I don't know, can you monitor it? Can you tell? That's what the whole idea of these videos is. You go like, is he acting different to when he started before he opened the bottle? Like, because I'm jolly funny soul, you can't tell, can you? You know, maybe don't know. But anyway, I got right into Guinness, my folks. Not because it was Irish and all that business, and like, I'm drinking out Guinness because it's Irish. It just fitted with my curriculum of drinking perfectly, and I ended up going from like the draft or whatever, right, to the, you call it Guinness Original. It's in bottles, and you can't beat it. It's a love. If you want to drink Guinness properly, guys, in a pub, right, in draft, it's like wine. It's kind of very potent and very smooth to drink, right? But you want to just buy it in a shop. Don't buy the cans. Heaven forbid anyone ever pays money for Guinness in aluminium cans. It's just sacrilege, really, you know, but you have to sometimes. But it's in a bottle, and it's called Guinness Original, and that's a lovely tasting beer. And I'd like, by any standards or craft beer, it's got like a unique flavour. If you hold it up to sunlight in a glass, it looks red. It's not even black. It's like a ruby. It's actually ruby red. If you can get light to pass through it, you'll see it's red. Which is very interesting, isn't it? A red beer, like. It's not black and white. Big deal, Bruce, yeah, big deal. Carry on, shut up. But anyway, I drank a lot of the Guinness Original, in cans as well, like, but it got to the point where I could go in a local pub, right, and, you know, when you order a Guinness over the counter and you're drinking it, and you go, oh, wow, that's a nice pint of Guinness, that, guys. That's, you know, because some pubs are better than others, aren't they, you know. But, you know, because I've never been to Ireland, and I've been to the Isle of Man, I've drank a Guinness in the Isle of Man, right, folks. But I still haven't had me, like, penultimate Guinness in Ireland yet. Do you know what I mean? Think about it, like, I'm 55 and I still haven't done that, like, you know what I mean? Everyone says it to you, like, oh, you haven't had a Guinness unless you've been to Ireland, mate. Right. So I know that, there's got to, and everybody says the same thing to me who's told me about it, like, no, but it is exceptionally nice in Ireland, Bruce, it's different, so you can't experience it anywhere else the same way, right? But I have noticed in certain pubs when it is exceptional compared to like when I bought it in the shops and things like that, right? And in one particular pub, I won't name the pub or the area, like, but where I used to live, there was this pub, right, I used to go for a pint. And just by chance, as my usual rule of thumb, it was like pint of Guinness when I was in a pint, and while I was drinking Guinness and when I didn't want to get slim again, you know, I just go, pint of Guinness. You know, when I didn't care how fat I was, I didn't actually care. Pint of Guinness and I don't care how fat I am. Sort of thing, because you've got to put weight on if you drink Guinness, man. And in this particular pub, I sat down with it and I was like, wow. And I talk to myself and waffle and things, and anyone could hear me and think, what's he talking about? Like, he probably doesn't even know what he's talking about. But I drank this Guinness in a pub, and then I've been back a couple of times and thought, I'll tell you one thing about this Guinness, mate, in this pub. I expected it's like this in Ireland, because this has got an exceptional taste, and, you know, right. And I take it someone overheard me or whatever, and they've done the proverbial, what would Bruce know? You know, when it comes to anything like drugs, drink, anything where you go like, oh, that's amazing cannabis dance, someone goes, stays, it's like crap. Yeah, there's if any Dutch people watching this, you'd be laughing your heads off, man. Anyway, I'm opening another bottle. I feel alright, I feel merry. Anyway, I went into this pub. in the usual fashion, like it wasn't me regular. I just go in there from time to time, and order a Guinness, like. And I sat down, got me pint of Guinness. And this particular night, I walked in, and I went up to the bar, and it's like they all looked at each other as if to say, here he is now. And it was hardly anyone in there. It wasn't like a packed night. It was just a few people in there, a couple of regulars, you know what I mean? I know the way it is, like the slaughtered lamb in American Werewolf. Everyone's like, here he comes now, the newbie outsider. So I walked in and I go, pints of Guinness, right? And like that old Stella Artois advert where like the guy behind the bar, to stop the soldier getting a drink of Stella Artois, he stands on the pipe to make sure that he goes, oh, something wrong with the tap, so I'll have to change it. Or he goes, oh, there's no more Stella. Well, this fella was like, he went, Guinness, yeah. And I went, yeah, man. And he goes, with the Guinness tap, with the Guinness like handle, with the Guinness logo and everything, he goes, and next thing it went, and it wasn't coming out the thing properly, and he goes, oh, that's a bit strange, you know what I mean? And they're all looking at each other, and he walks around the back of the say, I'll just put a new barrel on it, or whatever they say, like. Right. So I'm standing there, didn't think nothing of it. Then he comes back in with a Guinness glass with a Guinness logo on it, like, and on the same tap, you know what I mean? But think about it, it wasn't a busy night. They knew no one else was going to go in there and ask for the Guinness, I think. And he goes, and sure enough, it's a stout. It's a stout in the glass. And they sold Beamish and Murphy's in the same pub, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know what they call it? They were both stout companies, Beamish and I tried Beamish and Murphy's in cans, so I knew the difference in the I'm actually a connoisseur, like, with the taste of these things, like, but not sort of a total connoisseur because I can't afford it, like, but quite got observational. Don't know. But anyway, I sat down with my pint, like there's always a pint of Guinness, yeah, and we carried on. We had a quiz that night, and I actually nearly won money, but I never won, like, you know what I mean? But, like, that's how I remember it, like, but I'm sitting there, from my Asperger's memory, like, sort of, but I sat there, and I went like that, like, with the glass of Guinness, like, man, I was expecting to taste the Guinness that they sell usually, right? And I was like, straight away in my head, I was like, that's either Beamish or Murphy's, and they've done that as if to say, bet he wouldn't even know the difference between a proper pint of Guinness and a fucking one or swall. Shit. Try not to swear and swore, like. Anyway, I'm sure people won't mind, because it just sounded like one boop boop boop, a boop boop. But I reckon they all had a bet, right, that I'd sit down, not even notice. They were sort of as if to say, he won't even tell. He thinks he knows what a decent pint of Guinness is, doesn't he? Because honestly, people talk about me as if I'm a knobhead, you know what I mean? And it was like, I bet he wouldn't know the difference if we changed the pipes and we gave him a Beamish or a Murphy's. I bet he wouldn't be able to tell, like. And I think someone must have said, all right, next time he's in here, do it, like. Sat down, I went like that one swig, mate. With a glass, you know, like. Straight away, my senses went, beep, 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 beep. This is not Guinness, this is not Guinness. I was looking at the glass going, it's not Guinness, what's that? And I actually thought in my head, oh, it looks like they've changed the pipes to challenge me to see if I know or say anything, but I'm not going to say nothing, knobheads. Let them think that I don't know nothing about beer, like, you know what I mean? Well, no, they ripped me off, like. Well, they ripped me off. But you know what I'm saying? They were testing me in the pub to see if I knew the difference between Guinness and other stouts, you know, which is, it's quite immature and stupid, really, isn't it? And they should be ashamed of themselves if they're watching right now. If you're watching now, you people that sold that beer to me that wasn't Guinness, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay, before I get off anyway, I'm feeling good though, I'm feeling merry, I feel happy, it's alright, man. So let's go. Because I'm using my high def camera, You can see like the texture through the bottle there, mate. Quite gassy. Quite actually. Reminds me of a, you know, like less gassy beer, like the stuff they get you buy for, you know, curry houses, like what's it called? Cobra beer. I've already done that one. All the beers I've tried, I can't review anymore. You know, I've got to go for brand new. Like, that's brand new. I never heard that one. Like, you know, but you can sort of. I am like a good monitor. So I go like the clapometer on Opportunity Knocks. It was a clapometer, and people clapped and it went. It's just like the drunkometer, like say Bruce is drunk, saying like. You know, if I get a drink something I'm really like buried and they go, we're going out and buying that now, like whatever that is, like, because it knocked them out. But yeah, man, I don't feel totally. I'm seeing the word sugary and drink on the screen on the please watch Ashley. You want to see the news? I'm watching the news, look. Notice it's ITV, mate. It's ITV, I don't watch BBC. We are allowed by law to own televisions as long as we don't watch BBC. And I never, ever watch BBC, me. Because my telly is a monitor for my computer. I don't really watch TV at all. Really. It's YouTube and that exclusively. In case the TV licensing people are watching. Don't watch BBC at all, me. What's it called? BCB? CBB? I can't even remember how you say it. I haven't watched that for that many years. Because by law, if you've got a television and you don't actually watch BBC or record it, you're actually okay, you don't need a license. But mine's a monitor, you know what I mean? It's a monitor for my computer, obviously. I needed a big monitor. I just want to tell you the truth, if you're watching any, what do you call them, BBC television detective license people. Let me tell you, I wouldn't even have a television set. But you try doing Steinberg, Cubase on a little tiny screen like that. You know what I mean? And then you'll realise why I bought a bigger screen. Because monitors, you know, you buy a computer monitor, you get like a 24-inch, they cost like 2 or 3 times more. I can't believe I'm waffling here, I'm just drinking a beer. Like. Yeah, monitors cost more than TVs, don't they? But you get a TV, it's like cheap, crap quality, but the screen's bigger for Steinberg, and that's all that matters in my world. Just in case anyone from the license was watching. But anyway, that's nice, that. It's nice, it's alright. It's kind of mundane in the taste department, and it's obviously only £3.40 something, which is very embarrassing for me, walking around buying that, like, while all these rich these rich women are watching me, like, all these rich women watching me looking for toy boys. Alright, man. Like, I'm trying to gauge. I think Stubbies, you know, Stubbies, the little tiny bottles of beer, French beer usually. I think Stubbies is what it resembles. I'm trying to think of a famous beer. It reminds me of Beck's, actually. Might be a Beck's rip-off, like.